something just dropped, and y'all are not ready. A boy went and made a whole song, a smooth, melodic, almost respectful, completely devastating song, called it Ms. Jackson, addressed it to 50 Cent's mother, dropped a picture of a house, and called 50 Cent a firebug, honey. The Harris family just body bagged a legend, and 50 is over there chewing popcorn like he didn't just get carried out in a Ziploc. Okay, let me back it up real quick because context is everything, baby. So 50 Cent, Curtis James Jackson III, decided in the year of our Lord that it was a good idea to start trolling T.I. online. Now listen, 50 has been the petty king of the internet for years. Memes? Check. Captions? Undefeated. Drama? Chronic. This man has built an entire second career on being the internet's favorite villain. But here's where it went left. 50 dragged Tiny into it. Tiny, Tamika Harris, and Baby. That was the wrong door to knock on. Because what 50 clearly did not account for, and this is coded behavior honestly, is that T.I. and Tiny have a tribe. Not just kids, a whole organized, articulate, camera-ready tribe. And when you poke the matriarch, they mobilize. Tiny posted, and she didn't even have to say much. She just flexed. Her biggest flex, her kids. Said it plain as day. Look at what I built. Look at what I have. And then she let that sentence hang in the air like a threat in a quiet room. Now here's where the energy started to shift publicly because people started to notice something. 50 is going at a family. And what does he have on his end? Memes. The man has memes. Meanwhile, T.I. has Tiny riding for him, his kids riding for him, the entire Atlanta community riding for him, and 50 can't even get his oldest son, Marquis, to post a like on his behalf. That boy is quiet, and that silence is loud. People started asking, okay, who's really winning here? Because 50's clout is built on being unbothered. The moment he seems bothered, the whole persona cracks. And then, Demani Harris entered the chat. Y'all, I need y'all to understand what just happened. T's son Demani, who has been out here building his own music career, own lane, own identity, pulled up with a record. Not a freestyle, not a Twitter clapback, a full produced melodic song called Ms. Jackson. And the title alone, oh, that's intentional. That's Outcast coded. That's Atlanta coded. That's respect the culture while I destroy you energy. The record is smooth, almost gentle, which somehow makes it more dangerous because Domani is talking directly to 50's mother in a tone that sounds respectful on the surface. But the message is surgical. He's saying, your son is out here embarrassing himself. Your son needs to be checked. And I, a whole child, born into a family that actually shows up for each other, am the one delivering this message. But here's where Demani took it from a clapback to a case file. The visual for Ms. Jackson, it's a picture of a house, a specific house. The house that 50 Cent allegedly tried to burn down with his baby mama Sheniqua and his son Marquis still inside of it. Pause. Let that sink in. Demani didn't just diss 50 Cent. He put the receipts on the cover art. He made you look at that house. He made it impossible to ignore. And then he called 50 Cent a firebug. A firebug. That is not a diss. That is an indictment. That is a young man saying, you want to talk about character? Let's talk about character. You want to post memes about my mama? Let's talk about what you allegedly did to yours, to your son's mother, to your own blood. The internet did not recover. Now, okay, some of y'all are new here, so let me catch you up real quick because this alleged house fire situation is not new tea. It's old tea that just got reheated on a brand new stove. Back in the day, 50 Cent and his baby mama Sheniqua had a whole situation. Sheniqua has spoken publicly about a fire at a property. The details are murky, the lawsuits were messy, and 50 has denied everything, but the allegations exist. They're documented, they're Googleable. And Demani Harris just made sure that everybody went to Google because that's the genius of what he did. He didn't have to say it outright. He just put the house on the screen and let you ask the question yourself. That is not reckless. That is calculated. This boy has media training. He has T.I.'s chess mind and Tiny's instinct for the jugular. The Harris genetics are not playing. Okay, and just when you think it can't get more unhinged, the ATL police entered the chat. Honey, the police posted about it. Humorous, lighthearted, but present. Because apparently people were actually calling in about this beef like it was a public emergency, which honestly community involvement, that's one way to describe it. Atlanta was not going to let this slide quietly. This is T.I.'s city. This is Outkast city. This is Tiny city. 50 Cent is from Southside Queens, a legend in his own right, but he walked into somebody else's zip code with the smoke and the zip code responded. The fact that law enforcement felt the need to address this publicly tells you everything about how big this got. 50 is not just losing a beef. He's losing the narrative. He's losing the crowd. He's losing the room. And this is where I need y'all to stay with me for a second because I want to talk about something real. People have been saying for years that 50 Cent's troll behavior, the constant need to demean, drag, and embarrass might be coming from somewhere deeper. And look, I'm not a therapist, I'm a gossip channel. But I'm also not going to pretend that a man who lost his mother at 8 years old, who grew up in poverty, who got shot 9 times and survived, doesn't have some unresolved emotional architecture going on. When you're a child and your world is unsafe, when you have no control, when the people who are supposed to protect you can't or don't, you develop survival mechanisms. Some people become avoidant, some people become controllers, and some people become trolls. Because if you are the one causing the chaos, at least you feel like you're in charge of something. That's not an excuse, that's a pattern. And at 49 years old, with the money, the business portfolio, the TV deals, the liquor brand, Curtis has more than enough resources to get the emotional support he clearly needs. Because this beef, it's not giving power, it's giving wounded, and people are starting to clock it. Now, here's the thing that really sealed the L though, and it's not the song, it's not even the Firebug line, it's the contrast. I put out a statement. His family backed it, Tiny flexed her kids, Demani made a record, the whole Harris household showed up and showed out. Even extended family, even the community. And 50 Cent, he posted a meme of himself eating popcorn. His oldest son, Marquis, who has spoken publicly about their fractured relationship, was not in the comment section defending him. There was no Harris-style tribe rallying in his corner. And the silence from his own bloodline said more than any diss track ever could. T.I. literally said, "You picked the right one," meaning you thought you were picking on somebody isolated, but you picked somebody who has people, real people. People who will go on record, people who will make songs, people who will put a house on a thumbnail and let the internet ask the questions. You can't buy that kind of loyalty, baby. You earn it. And 50 Cent's ledger is coming up short. So here's where we are. The petty king has been dethroned, not by T.I. alone, not by Tiny alone, but by a whole dynasty that rode together, spoke together, and let a 20-something-year-old with a melodic hook and some very strategic album art do what memes could never do. 50 Cent is going to have to chew that popcorn slowly because the L is big, and it is nutritious, and it has a house on the cover. We are Celebrity Scandalust. We do not do neutral, we do receipts. And today, the receipts belong to the Harris family. Subscribe, like, and drop in the comments, is this beef officially over, or is 50 gonna try to claw back?